So it's April. It's actually the 9th of April today, and I haven't made a video since February. March was a pretty wet month, so I didn't really get around to doing much filming. But anyway, this is where the pigs have been all winter. We've had it dry for a few days now, a few sunny days as well. It's been lovely. I'm moving the fence still once every day, and I've already moved it this morning. Just been down and given them water. First time I've had to give them water since February. I only had to do that a couple of times in February, and otherwise that's I think I've had to carry like 4 buckets of water all winter. So not giving them a massive piece. Actually the rams were in this little bit until yesterday, so they have ate that down. They were having longer grass than this, but there's still loads of regrowth over, so they've got loads of grass to eat. But I just give them a fresh bit to dig every day, and they're turning it over. They're doing a great job. They're turning it over. So I've had to put 2 strands on them here because it's so much turf. They chuck over the turf over the bottom strand, and if I just have the top strand there, they would go under it probably. So I've had to go to 2 strands. I only do that when I'm strip grazing them with turf. If you strip grazing them with stubble turnips or something, 1 strand's fine. But they haven't got out, but they had thrown the turf over the top of the wire a few times, and actually buried it a couple of times, and they still haven't got out. But it's tempting fate too much to leave them like that all the time. So I put the top one on. They normally bury this bottom one. I know it looks still quite high, but they will chuck the turf over it most days. But the top one stays there. I just clean it off again. But they're doing all right. And then I've actually got the sheep in this field as well now. So sheep are only a few days away from lambing. Lambing a bit later this year because I went away for the end of March, first few days of April. Had a bit of a break, and so I knew that was happening. I planned that before I put the rams in. So this is what we've come back to. Grass, lots of grass everywhere. This is probably the worst field of grass that we got. I'm just cleaning this up before they go in the lambing field for the next couple of days. So some of the ewes are a bit on the fat side, but not too many. A couple of them getting on their back. Not every day, but if we have some rain, we are having a little bit of trouble like that, which is not so good. So take those numbers and they'll not be kept next year for sure. But anyway, quite pleased with how they're looking at the moment, but we never know what's going to happen until they start lambing. I'm still moving them every day. I'll show you the lambing field in a minute. It's just that field through there. So here's a few ewe lambs here. So they're not quite 12 months old. They were born in April last year. Those 3 right there. So that one, pretty sure not in lamb. Usually about half of them lamb. So there's 20. That one's in lamb, and I don't think that one is. But usually about half of them lamb. But looking at the ewes, as usual, I think every single one of them's in lamb. There may well be 1. Sometimes there's 1. Sometimes there's 2. But I think every single one is looking like they're in lamb of the ewes, which is good. This is the only supplementary feed that they ever get, is molasses minerals, which I give them through the winter. They won't get that through the summer. I just give them salt through the summer. So this is the grass they're going to be going into to lamb on. Absolutely just loads of grass in there. It's gone crazy the last 10 days. They actually were over the other side of the field there. While I was away, I put them over there and split off 5 paddocks so that my father could move them every couple of days. And he managed them while I was away, and that was fine. But we've left this half for them to go into lamb. There's loads of grass here, and this is where they were yesterday until this morning. I've just let them back in the other field, lower field where the pigs are, and there's 3 here that haven't been bothered to go down yet. They're getting a bit heavy. Go on, girls. Go on down there. Fresh grass. They're not hungry at all. Go on. As you can see, they're getting pretty close, and I think when they start, we're going to be going flat out for the first few days. Anyway, I'll try and get the camera out and get a bit of lambing footage this year.